quick little video summarizing week one, some of the things that went well, a few questions I can hopefully answer, and a few new resources that I've made to hopefully make your lives easier in week two. So the first thing I want to say is well done. Thank you for making my life easier by engaging in the lesson activities, by working in your notebook, by asking so many questions, via email, and yeah, you've just really impressed with your first week, guys. Impressed with the quality of responses I'm seeing to textbook questions or slide questions. Impressed with the engagement I'm seeing in lessons. Impressed with the improvement I've seen from lesson to lesson. Even in week one, I've seen people who are doing something in the first lesson, and then by the end of the week, they were just smashing it. So, yeah, really happy with how you've gone, guys. The second thing I want to say is about the notebook. A lot of the questions I did receive were, how do I use this? So it is genuinely a notebook. You take notes. You answer textbook questions in the notebook. It's just, as it's a Google Docs file, it means that I can see it. It means that I can view it. It means that I can comment it, as opposed to a written book that you guys are sending 8-bit photos of on your iPhone 4 or something. And yeah, most of you have been using that really well. I've had a few people ask me, is this an assignment that I hand in and submit every lesson? No, it is not. It's something you just take notes in, you write on it, I can view it, and then I can comment on it. It's really simple. If you have submitted it as a learning task, I've returned it to you. You can see a few people have done that. The issue there is, if you submit the notebook, it means that you can't edit it again. So if you've got a double period and you submit what you've done the first period, it means you can't get in there and then do the second period's worth of notes. So please don't submit it. It's not an assignment. It's just something that you can work on throughout the term. The second thing I want to say about the notebook is you can upload photos of handwritten notes. So some people prefer to write their notes in hand. That's fine. I recommend, if you are uploading photos of your notes that you're writing physically, senior kids will know about the video that the head of senior school, Mr. McGuire, put up. He recommended using this little app here for Android phones. There's a different app for iPhones. And if you want to know what that is, please let me know and I will send it on to you. But in the video, they show how this app just makes your life a lot easier. So you're not sending really hard to read photos. You're taking something that looks like, I don't know if this will actually work. Looks like that. And by the end of the process, you can play around with the borders. It just makes it really easy to read for you and for teachers. So I recommend using that little app there. Oops. Clear scan. Oop. Anyway, so yeah, very happy with how the notebook's being used, but just a couple of tips and tricks to make your life easier in the future. The other thing is that I've gone through today and made just a very quick brief comment on your notebook. Well done, or you're missing this question, or very, very, very well done. And I'll be expanding upon that in the next weeks. First week was really just can you use this notebook? Next week, I'll be getting in there with more detailed comments. So check your notebook to see what sort of comments I'm leaving. And hopefully I'll be able to do that as opposed to a weekly thing more frequently, more like a lesson by lesson thing. But yeah, I'll be commenting on your notebook, giving you some feedback individually, hopefully. The other thing I want to talk about, resources. So I had a few people who were a bit concerned why there wasn't anything in their Compass resources. I explained to those individuals that I was uploading everything to Google Classroom this term. But to make your lives easier and mine, I've gone and added just a couple of the main resources we'll be using in Google Classrooms. Links are now in Compass resources, so you should be able to get to our Google Classroom slides. You should be able to get to the video lectures. There's a link to the YouTube channel where I'm putting all these lectures, these lesson plans. And I've also added the textbook pages. So that's my Year 10s, Year 7 one up here. You can see I've done the same for Google Classroom. So we used to just have the slides here. Now we've also got the link to the video lectures, and we've got the textbook chapters there. So hopefully that'll make everyone's life a bit more easy. The other resource that I put together, instead of answering everyone's workbook questions individually, what I'll be doing is putting up a little class resource for everyone. So I've got one for 7, 9, and 10. So you guys have got your notebook. I've got my own notebook. So you can see I've gone through each lesson and looked at the questions that we did in the slides or in the textbook, and I've gone through and added my answers. So at the end of the week, if you're still a bit confused about something, or you just want to check your answers against someone else's, these will be available to you. I'm not going to upload them before the lesson, obviously, but I'll upload them over the weekend or at the end of the week on the Friday or something, or the Monday week after. So you can see I've gone through each lesson, added the information there, done the same for my 9s, looking at World War I history. I'm sure my Year 10s remember that fondly. And then Year 10 geography, you can see I've done the same there. So I'm going to be putting that into the class resources folder for you guys to have a look at. So hopefully that'll help you out throughout the term as I go through and update that every week. The final thing I want to let you guys know about is marking the roll, and just a friendly reminder to watch the video lectures, which I guess you won't see this reminder unless you are watching the video lectures. Didn't think that through. Anyway, if you are absent from school because you are ill or other circumstances, or you have a music lesson, because I know they're still scheduling those, please let me know so I don't mark you incorrectly as not completing the work. And please let me know so I can talk to you and figure out something that we can do to make sure that you don't fall behind other people. So yeah, really happy with how you're going in the first week, guys. I'll get back to you with some more feedback in the second week. Love to hear anything that I can do to make your lives easier in the second week. Let me know, send me an email, comment on Google Classrooms. And yeah, well done, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you soon, kind of, hopefully. Cheers.